Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to day 214 of our Healthful Devotion by our Father in the Faith, Kenneth Hagin. And today I will be reading from Matthew 10:1. And when Jesus, had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Today's topic says, we have power. Faith activates the power. In Matthew chapter 17, we read that Jesus took Peter, James, and John to what became known as the Mount of Transfiguration, where Jesus was transfigured before them. The only disciples on the mountain with Jesus were Peter, James, and John. During this experience, the other 9 disciples were at the foot of the mountain, where a man brought his son for them to minister to the boy, but they failed. Let's pick up with verse 14. Matthew 17:14-16. 14. And when they, Jesus, Peter, James, and John, were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, verse 15, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire, and oft into the water. Verse 16, and I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. The 9 disciples had ministered to this man's son, but they could not cure him. Jesus had given all 12 of his disciples power to cast out unclean spirits, as we see from our text, Matthew 10:1. So you couldn't say they didn't have power. You couldn't say they were without authority. You couldn't say they didn't have it, because Jesus said they did. And I believe Jesus told the truth. Why weren't the 9 able to help this boy? Jesus gives the answer in Matthew 17. Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Verse 17. Jesus called the disciples faithless. Then Jesus rebuked the devil, and the child was cured from that very hour. The disciples had power, and we have power too. But our faith must activate the power, or we will be rendered helpless. To be continued tomorrow. Repeat the confession after me. Jesus gave me power over all sickness and disease. Therefore, I use my faith to activate that healing power. I will not be faithless, but believing. Congratulations! I will see you tomorrow for day 215.